Hello, good morning. So, I hope everyone is doing fine, and I wish everyone good health. Just wanted to discuss with you some strategies related to the situation which is developing, and because I'm getting a lot of questions about what is going on as far as the CIE exams are concerned. So I just wanted to discuss a few things regarding the announcements that have come out in the last 48 hours, and I purposely waited 48 hours to see how far the situation resolves itself. So what happened was that because of the virus, Cambridge initially gave an option to students to either register to either take the exams in June, April, May and June, or to transfer their registrations in October. And for that purpose they gave a date in April. But later on, when the government of Pakistan decided to close the schools down, now they have said that, according to their bulletin, they have said that no exams will take place in April, May, but the exams will take place in June. So the components for which students have registered for June, those components will be administered, but the components which were scheduled in April and May, those components have been postponed as far as this bulletin and this directive is concerned. But please keep one thing in mind. This directive came a few hours before the government in the UK announced that they would be postponing their exams, and in England the exams take place in May and June, not April and May. And then the government of Wales followed suit, and they also made announcements to that effect. The situation remains fluid as of now. Now, what is going to happen is that the schools and the colleges related to A-level and the institutions, the registered institutions, they are going to try to inject stability into the situation by negotiating with the CAIE through the British Council. And that is what they are trying, and hopefully things will become more stable. But the situation is developing, and in this situation it is important for the students. I'm speaking on behalf, I'm speaking to the students, I'm not speaking on behalf of any institution. They need to be clear about a few things. If you are giving your exam in May and you have a component in June, then according to the Cambridge directive you can give that component in June. However, I think that most schools will try to negotiate with the British Council, and they will try to shift the entire exams in November and October, which I believe is a good thing to do. However, if that does not happen, then here is the strategy for the students. The students must not take this as a vacation. You should keep studying seriously for your exams as if nothing has happened. Because you see, in this situation is not just difficult, it is unprecedented. And when these things happen, a lot of directives come in and people ask students to do something. They arrange exams, they do this, they do that. But once the crisis subsides, a lot of what has happened in the past is forgotten, and then as things return to normal, institutions start dealing with students as if in the past nothing out of the ordinary had happened. Now these are things that happen in such crises, because after the crisis is gone, people try to bring things to normal as quickly as possible. So please keep in mind that students who are caught in this situation will be facing, they might face Maybe what I'm saying will not happen, but I know I can relate to this on the basis of crises that have happened in the past. So so now you have to be very, very careful, and you have to keep studying with the same address and the same concentration with which you were studying. Please do not treat this as a vacation. This is not a vacation. This is your chance. In fact, this is not a chance. This is the time to keep studying hard, to keep studying as if nothing has happened. I say this especially to the AS students, the O2 students, and also the O-level final year and the A2 students. Now, what's going to happen to the A2 students? Because you know that the AS result is valid for a year, and you have to take the exam in A2 after 1 year for your result to be transferred. Now, of course, what I believe is that the schools and your colleges will try to negotiate with the British Council, and they will try to extend this period. How long will this be extended? I really don't know. But your strategy should be to keep in touch with your school management at all time, and to keep yourself updated on what information they are getting from the British Council and what directives they are getting. This is your responsibility. This should be your responsibility at this stage, because your future is at stake. So please keep in touch. If there are any developments, please keep in touch with the management of your school, and especially the students who were taking the A2 exam. For the AS, you need to keep in touch also to find out if there are any components that you are giving in June, or whether your school has decided to transfer all your exams to October. And also in October, then keep in mind you're going to give the AS exam and then the A2 exam. I'm talking to the AS students. So you're going to give your AS exam and then the A2 exam, so there will be more pressure on you that year. So again, do not treat this as a vacation. Keep studying very hard for your AS as if nothing has happened. There is one peculiar thing that you have to keep in mind. When we say situation will improve, there are two angles to it. The situation will improve. What does that mean? Does it mean that the disease will subside? For those diseases for which there's no cure and no vaccine, especially for this one, improvement or decrease in the rate of spread of the disease depends on one thing: restricting people from coming together and reducing activity. So yes, in some parts of the world the disease may be going down, but at what cost? The cost is people are not being allowed to mix with one another. So if the disease goes down, does not necessarily mean that conditions for the people generally will improve. It does not automatically follow that if the disease is going down, then public gatherings will be allowed and things will relax. Alright? So please keep this in mind. Things will improve. What does it mean? Does it mean that the disease will go down, or does it mean that the economic activity or the academic activity will pick up its old course? Alright? Because in this case there appears to be a trade-off. If the disease has to go down, then the restrictions on people coming together will have to increase because there is no vaccine. So the government has also said something which is very, very unclear right now for A2 students, for students who will be doing intermediate and A2. They have said that conditional admissions will be offered in universities. Alright, if the disease goes down, will the universities actually open? In one university, an average of 2,000 students are present. So will 2,000 students be allowed to come together in August on the basis of conditional admission? For a start, what does conditional admission mean in this situation? So that is a very big question mark. The government has said conditional admission, but they have not defined what conditional admission means. Conditional admission means when your results come in. Alright, so when will the results come in? Will admission tests take place? So right now the situation is very, very iffy. And even if the disease subsides, we don't know when proper academic activity and economic activity will restart in earnest. So the strategy here is very simple. Do not panic. Keep studying as you were studying. Keep in touch with your school. If the school says give one component in June and transfer the others to October, November, then do so. And if they are saying transfer the whole thing to October, November, then follow their guidelines. But the safest bet here is to not to relax and to keep studying as you were studying. Alright, so I hope that things improve quickly, and I wish you the best of luck for your exams and for your future generally. Thank you very much.